And this week, drum roll please, we have the Yo Man himself, Yoshimitsu. I ended up doing a poll within some of the discords I'm in, some of the fighting game discords. Shadow Realm FGC, which is my friend Joey, it's his discord. I put it in a poll in Secret Garden, which is my friend Elliot, his discord. And then I had also put it in my discord, which is called the Pantheon. I'll put links to all of those discords in the description below, so check them out if you guys are interested in some fighting games. Secret Garden is kind of Georgia-based, GA-based, whereas Shadow Realm FGC is kind of based in Cali, specifically SoCal. I started learning this character. I've just been watching some of the stuff that this character has, and let me tell you, this character is bonkers, dude. I know in my heart, at this moment, he is top one, no doubt about it. The stuff he has in his kit is outrageous. And some people were telling me, especially in some of these discords, they were saying that he seems easy to play, but he's a lot harder to play when you're actually playing against better players. So we'll see and find out, right? We haven't gotten there yet, but I've just been in the lab working on some things, and I've been figuring some stuff out with the character. And let me tell you, when I was going through this character's move list, it felt like I was solving the Da Vinci Code. I felt like there were so many things that I finally was like, oh my god, he's so busted. I understand now why. Look at this. Look at some of these. Usually when I make these, I put like key moves that I think are outrageous. Oh, by the way, so the votes went, I got 6 in total for the Yo Man. I got 3 for Lily, and everybody else had 1. I think there was also 3 for Brian. So we'll keep those in the poll next time. Make sure to go into some of those discords and vote so you can get your character in next time, all right? To the good stuff, right? We'll go over the entirety of these, and I'll go over some key things with this character that I think are nutty. But let's take a look at this move right here first. I think this move is outrageous, dude. I think if you were to spam this move right here itself, I think you could win games. I think this move has some of the most ridiculous properties. The best properties that you can get in this video game are all in Kin Forward 2. And if y'all don't know what Kin Forward 2 looks like, I'll show you right now, is this move right here. He goes into Kin, which is this stance. I don't know what it's short for. But not only does he go in a stance, it activates heat, and it tracks, and it's a mid. It's a high. I thought it was a mid. Okay, so it's a high. That changes things a little bit. But it still has very strong properties. Because Kin opens up so much for this character, I found out. If he goes into Kin, he has a only -12 mid launcher that he doesn't always have to rip. That's only -9. Dude, this is outrageous. Him going into this right here, and oh god, if you do this by the wall, you wall crush. Did you know that it does this? I had no idea. This move is outrageous. I think this is one of the best moves in his kit. I mean, you try to punish him, look at that. -1, look at the pushback. You go flying. You duck it, you get launched. You can't hit confirm that. I just found out. But, okay, so this is a high. I thought it was a mid. It's a high. But it's still nutty. God, imagine if it was a mid. But it's fast. 12 frames. Kin. A ridiculous amount of pushback. It does some chip. Does it do chip? In heat, it does chip. Duh. That's a thick amount of chip. And it might be a heat dash launcher as well. Oh god. It's not, thank god. I thought it was going to be a heat dash launcher. I wasn't sure, but I do know that with the properties that this move has, it's already outrageous. And if you get hit at the wall with it, it's a, it's a wall swat. Duh. Ouch. Ouch, dude. The high. Let's fix that on my graph here. Okay. I think this right here, like anything to do with kin loops, is like some of his best stuff. I mean, duh, you have the classic, right? You have that, but I just don't think that's where his true strength lies. I think his true strength lies in absolutely torturing you at the wall. I mean, he could still run up and do this, you know? It doesn't matter where you are. He can still do that to you. Oh, God, you ducked? Dude. And I know it's like reactable. You could see him start spinning or see the flash, but still. It's just a lot to worry about. Especially with how much damage. I feel like this used to do a lot less damage, but now in this game it does a decent amount of damage. Forgive me, I don't know the exact combo for this yet. I'm sure I'll learn it in a moment. The update is that it's a tracking high. Kin forward 2, 12 frame startup, wall splat tactic, which makes you plus 11. Did you know that? You're plus 11 at the wall when you get hit by this. Plus 11. On block, it's only -1, which is crazy. And it's a tracking high. You could loop this with 4. So you could do sidestep 4, or you could do in 4. He does a tracking high kick, and he could go into it. He's plus. And if he ever wants to, he can rip that forward 2. So I think that move is very strong. I think that's probably... That might be the strongest character in the game, wall Oki situation, bar none. I mean, unblockable sword sweep, wall splat, healing, unblockable sword sweep. If you don't tech, his forward 1+2 hits grounded for some reason. It should not hit grounded. Forward 1+2, he could do the kin sword spin. If you block it while he's in heat, he's safe at -9. He could do kin forward 2. You know what's even crazier? I didn't even consider this yet. I think that move wall splats. Dude, this move wall splats. So if you're in heat, this is a safe mid that wall splats, bro. I dare you to duck this. I dare you to duck this. I dare you. I dare you. Look at the chip. Look at the chip. Outrageous, bro. Outrageous. So he can do this. Shark kick, right? And now he has Oki. That did that. Oh, hey, does his heat launch at the wall, by the way? It does. That's horrible, bro. But you might as well not do that. You could just do that. You could do down forward. Like, you should do this. This is all conceptual, right? Right? Something like that. Or like if they stand block, they try to not get hit by a low or something. You could do this. You could do, sorry. You could do this. Do this. Hold on. You do this. Eat. They stay on the ground. They get up into the high. They get up into the high. You know, just looping them like that. And not to mention, eventually, you can go with the unblockable and do whatever you want there. So kin forward 2 is going to be one of my key moves because I think that move's ridiculous. Not to mention, you could do a grab mix. He has his normal grabs, he has his command grab, and then he has his 1+2 grab. So that's something else you have to deal with after being plus 11 at the wall. So kin at the wall, right? Let's try to get that kin going at the wall and then figure out some stuff. Not to mention, this character also slaps for damage and heals, which is nuts. Far too much. Too much stuff. He can't have all of it. And he does right now. He has all of it. The damage, the healing, the frames. Like, come on, man. Too much. All right, let's start it from here. So again, we're on the week 1 of Yoshimitsu. This is going to be day 0. Just when I go in the lab and I explain to some of the things that I think are strong about a character. And for Yoshi, what makes him so strong is that he has the best Oki in the game. If y'all don't know what Okizeme means, or Oki, it basically means like getting up off the ground or the situation you're in when you're on the ground. So when the opponent is on the ground, just like what can you do to them? You know, What can you do? And for Yoshi, it seems as if the guy has everything. Anything you think of. Forward 2, forward 1 plus 2, hits on the ground, hurts, plus 13. If you don't make a decision fast, he'll keep looping this, and you better get off the ground. So he is an Okizeme god. He has the best Oki in the game, bar none. So he has not only that move that I just showed, forward 1 plus 2, which is the double swords, he has kin forward 1, which doesn't work on the bears, which is good that I tried this. But it's a move that does a lot of damage, and if you're in heat, it only does more damage, and it's a mid that's safe when it's in heat, so it's just a lot. And if the opponent stands up in you and you're in kin, you can do this, which is a wall crushing move. Let me see if I can show you that. So this move right here, kin forward 2, is a wall splat, just whatever you want, you know. That doesn't work on the bears. That's really good to know. Kin forward 2. I think this is one of his best moves. It's tracking, it's a high, and it's a heat engager. It wall crushes, and it's only -1. And if you hit them against the wall, when it wall crushes, you're actually plus 11. So take that as you will. And you don't dare duck against Yoshi at the wall, you know. You just wouldn't do that. Not only does he have this, also that move, if y'all don't know, also wall splats at the wall. Like that. So that's ridiculous. If you duck, if you're afraid, he just will do this instead. And there you go, wall splat. He has another move, also that's a mid, this move, that he doesn't even have to let go, which is safe at -9. And if he does let it rip, it's a launcher. So I think that is also where Yoshi's strength lies, is within his mix-ups. His mix-ups are so dangerous, whatever you do will always feel like the wrong decision. If you stand up at the wall thinking, oh, I have the correct counterplay, I'm gonna do armor or whatever, and he just does full crouch sword sweep, and you get unblockable launched, and it breaks your armor, and then you get wall splat again. You know what I mean? It just is it feels like an endless loop, like an infinite combo you're getting hit by, you know? But you're not. This character's just on demon mode, you know? He's got some things that you ain't know about. I think the way I'm gonna play Yoshi is doing my best to get into kin. Any chance I get, I'm trying to get into kin. So I could do something. So I could get a wall splat, so I can get a combo, so I can get plus frames. That's where my mix is gonna be. And then, oh, you started to duck, you figured out it's a high, you started to do armor. All right, I'm gonna start doing the mid. I'm gonna start doing, he has a low too, which on counter hit, holy launches. You know what I mean? He feels like he has everything. You know, that's how he feels. God, what doesn't he have is what it feels like. Like, oh, he's such a monster. Now, what I'm thinking is going to be the problem is how do you put your opponent in this situation? He doesn't have the best whiff punishment, I won't lie. Now this, as a whiff, is a full combo. This is a natural hit combo. Forward 3 into kin forward 2. This is a natural combo that's long reaching, but I don't know if you're gonna be often whiff punishing with that just because of how slow it is at 24 frames. You might not even be able to punish an electric. Like, okay, I see the electric, you know, you might get clipped trying to punish with this too fast. His down forward 2 has good range, but it's limited range, definitely. You have to be for sure ready. His hop knee has even less range than his down forward 2 does, so that's something to be aware of. Like, look at that. That's something to be aware of. Maybe forward 1 plus 2 you would go for at 20 frames, which is faster, but still. You could do this, which on hit isn't a guaranteed combo, but you do have plus 14 frames. So I believe this is uninterruptible if you attempt to do something like Kuma couldn't pop heat here or do a jab, and I will show you just so I'm not lying to y'all, because I tend to do that. It seems as if most options on hit So this is actually one of his best whip punishment, definitely. Because it's long range, and it whips on the bear like crazy, I guess. Did you see that first whip? That was weird. And it's uninterruptible, and it forces you to make a decision. If that second hit hits. On hit. Well, on block, you are... If you go on a flight, you are dead. You could also not do it, by the way. You could also just take your frames. Maybe do a grab. Because his other whiff punishment, I don't know what he has. Back 2-2. Back 2-2 is something we need to talk about. Back 2 has an innate mix that's a mid-high, right? Natural hit combo, 14 frames. Heat engager, I don't think it's a heat combo. I believe you just get that weird... That's cheap. So I think a lot of his strength lies in getting into kin, not to mention any of these setups that he has. Especially with heat or in whatever that stance is called. I don't know it yet. When he has no sword stance, NSS. Gets this. For big damage. Like if you can see here. Well, actually, if you have NSS, this might be a good whip punish. Very long reaching. Okay, interesting. So check this out. At certain ranges, this is punishable. Or am I tripping? That definitely said minus 13 at one point, no? Interesting. At the longest range of this is minus 13. Odd. Or the frame data is lying. It could straight up be lying. It does that. Why his Oki is so crazy, right? His strength. This character's identity, for me, from my understanding, is getting you to the wall and making you die as fast as possible. Whether that's getting that wall splat, whether or not it's hitting his sword sweep, or forcing you into this mix where you have to deal with kin on wake up, into the moves where he can hit you grounded. This is where he gets outrageous, you know, in my opinion. This is where he gets crazy. So all of his Oki situations are so beneficial for him, you know. This is a wall splat. Sword sweep is a wall splat into a full combo that forces you into this loop, where if you stay on the ground, you die. Look at that damage. That's a lot of damage for one grounded move. That's a lot of damage. You might be thinking, okay, what makes that so different from other characters? He has ways that other characters can't deal with certain things. Like this. This is an unblockable move that if you try to get up, if you finally say, okay, I'm tired of getting hit by that ground move, I'm going to do something else, right? You can do this. And now you wake up into this unblockable sword that hits you. For instance, let's wake up. We're going to do a wake up backward, right? So we're just going to wall splat the bear. Boom, boom, boom. You just stood up into that and you took 22 damage that was unblockable, you know? Like, okay, here we go, more Yoshi time. You stood up, you did something, this. Okay, plus frames. High, plus frame, you know? Just stuff like that. Very, very powerful stuff. Which, one bad situation is putting you into another bad situation that's forcing you to make a decision before your brain can kind of comprehend what's going on. And if you can keep up, I mean, that's where you can start making your comeback. But if you can't, he'll just run you over every day of the week. You know, that's where his strength lies. So I wrote it down on my whiteboard, but it literally says, get to wall, you will win your games with this character. If you are able to get to the wall, you are able to win these games. I mean, not to mention, this guy has, if not one of the, I'm gonna say it is, the strongest panic move in the game, especially in Heat. You have Flash. If you don't know, now you know. Flash is this move where it's kind of like an attack he does against his body, and it guarantees back 2-2. And of course, if he's in Heat, this becomes a launcher because he needs it, duh, which is crazy. And even if it didn't do that specific launch, he could always do back 2-2 into another real launcher. You know what I mean? Crazy. So it's a very strong panic move. He can do a lot of things to where you might think it's finally your turn, and then he can just do a flash anyway. Oh, forgot to mention, this guy heals anytime he does any of this stuff. Did I forget to mention that? This move, oh my god, have you seen what this move does in Heat? Look at it. Look at the healing! You have to remember, in this game, every single health point matters, and the way this guy heals blows everybody else out of the water. There's moves that do a lot of multi-hits, but I mean, he has built-in healing anytime this sword hits. Look at how much health that was on a Heat Engage. I guarantee you that was more than other characters. And he has setups where it's like, oh, let me do a healing combo, you know? So, all in all, this character, he feels very overtuned. Like he has far too many things. God. He has far too many things that make him strong. Whether or not that's the healing, whether or not that's the very unique to him Oki situation where he can put you in an unblockable, or he can resplat you against the wall with a different unblockable, you know? Just making you worry about so many different things at once that just other characters in this game can't do. Not to mention the best panic tool in the game. Like, jab into flash. Jab, flash. Jab, flash, back 2-2. I think if you trade specifically, he can get a launch. It's like, dude, what doesn't Yoshimitsu have? And we might find out that it might be whiff punishment. It's feeling like whiff punishment might be a problem for him. But, you know, we'll see. We'll ask around, and I'll do some more research and ask some of the better players I know with this character what I could be doing differently and show them some of the stuff that I've been up to. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Day 0, tune into some of the streams. I don't know if this video is going to go up today, but tune into some of the streams. We're going to be playing some Yoshimitsu throughout the week. Just trying to hit my 7 days in my multiple sessions throughout the week and see how far we can get. I think he's strong, and I think I'm going to enjoy playing him. Not because he's broken or anything, but because I've always liked Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu, I think, was the first character I played in any Tekken game. Whenever Tekken 5 came out, original Tekken 5, I saw Yoshimitsu. I picked the Player 2 P2 costume, which is my cosplay I have going on right here, and I thought he was sick. So let's see what we can do with this character. If y'all have any tips or tricks or something that I missed about him, let me know. Put it in the comments, and then tell me who y'all want me to play next. I mean, we're an open book. I got people voting in all of our Discords. Again, check those Discords out if you're in those areas or just trying to look for a Tekken community. You can always ask me for games. My Discord's open, my DMs are open, and everything like that. So thank y'all for hanging out. I will see you guys next time. Join the streams, all right? Peace.